This YCN segment is brought to you by Harris Family Furniture in Plymouth, Laconia, and Chichester.
Welcome back, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Brett Franklin, and Brett is kind enough to join us from ESPN Radio for the Upper Valley. You can check out his weekday sports show, 12 to 1, on the air, 945ESPN.com, or on the dial, 94.5 FM, 1400 AM, 1230 AM. And Brett, we were in studio yesterday. I'm with you on Tuesdays, and we were talking some college basketball. And obviously, lots going on off the court. Of course, we'll get to the on-the-court stuff. First of all, the scandal in general, and then more specific, in general, this is bad for college basketball. I know we've talked about this. It seems like we've talked about being bad for years, but when you got guys on wiretaps, Sean Miller, this is bad. Can he recover, and when will the NCAA learn?
You usually need something bad to happen to create change, right? And this is something that everybody knew about. We knew this shady stuff going in college basketball, but it's different when the Federal Bureau of Investigations is wiretapping head coaches caught on camera or on film or on tape, whatever it is, offering hundreds of thousands of dollars to recruits. I mean, this is just a giant mess, and it's affecting some major schools. But will it get the NCAA's act together? I mean, that's the biggest thing. I mean, we keep hearing different scandals, whether it's college football, whether it's college basketball, say, will this be enough to make the change? And I think with a federal investigation and with some law enforcement involved, I think you have to make some changes here. How quickly will it come about? That's going to be the biggest question.
Well, you had one idea, it's not, and you admit it's not original. It's going back to an old thing that you think would probably be the first step and the easiest to implement to change some of this. And that was the one and done, bringing that back, because that seems to be the biggest problem.
Or getting rid of the
getting rid of the one and done, bringing back the rule. But that's going to be something that, I don't disagree with you, the NBA and college are going to have to work together.
Yeah, that's going to have to be a partnership between the NBA and college basketball. And I think the NBA is progressive enough in their thinking that they can make something happen. But, I think there are some other things. I mean, there has to be something to do with these agents here. Now, you look at baseball and hockey and players who they have agents who aren't in professional ranks, so that might be something to look at as well. I've maintained that the NCAA should eliminate some of their just ridiculous rules of, limit on how much, food you can get, or, not being able to have a job as an athlete or be able to sell your books like any other college athlete. I mean, if the NCAA was smart, which is ironic because it's run by a bunch of professors and folks with master's degrees and doctorates, they would have gotten rid of some of those to try and alleviate this problem. But now it's going to come down to, Jeremy, do you pay the players?
Right.
Should you pay the players? I think they should be paid because they're bringing in billions of dollars. Dave McLaughlin, head men's Dartmouth basketball coach, told us that the tournament brings in $1.8 billion just on a TV contract. Maybe we need to look at redefining what amateurism is in 2018.
Right. I mean, when they made these rules, they didn't have the $1.8 billion TV contract, so it makes sense to revisit this stuff. And we have a little bit of time left before the end of this segment. We'll get to that on-the-court stuff, the $1.8 billion tournament. I know you think the tournament's pretty wide open, but if there's any type of top favorite, or is it just basically anybody in the top 25 right now, is the favorite going into conference tournament week next week?
I told you last on the radio earlier this week, I think there could be 15 teams, 20 teams that are in this thing. I mean, we saw Duke go down the other night, UNC go down at home. I mean, Villanova's not playing very well. So, I mean, this thing is wide open, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of double-digit seeds make it into the Sweet 16, but that's going to even make it more fun for the tournament.
Right, and I was going to say, that's the last point. You like that kind of stuff. There's some people who like the Blue Bloods, and they like that. You like to see a little bit of chaos in there.
I do, yeah. And I know once you get down to the Final Four and the championship game, you want to have those Blue Bloods there because the TV, they have the bigger fan base. But I think that's what makes the tournament so great. Everybody has a chance. And you have the George Masons, you have the Lehighs. That's why I think this is the best tournament, or the best sporting playoff period, because anybody's got a chance.
And that's going to be starting up in a couple of weeks. Conference tournaments have already begun, and then the bigger ones will start the beginning of next week, and then we'll have the tournament in a couple of weeks. So look for us to be talking about that in the next few weeks. We'll take our final break. When we come back, we'll get to some NBA. Celtics playing well after the All-Star break. And then also, what does Brett think about the Cavaliers? Is he buying or selling on YCN Sports Talk.